and big in your mind. All right, cool. Double clap. Let's do it. Welcome. It's Mind Yourself podcast.
Hey, today we are, it's really awkward in this room at the moment, so we're going to just talk about the weather.
Yeah.
Currently, it's an ambient temperature of about 24 degrees, I estimate. We're at roughly 45% humidity.
No, we can't be 45%. It's 22. It feels like 22 though.
Yeah. What's the humidity?
I don't know, man.
I'm also talking about
70.
What?
70% humidity.
Oh, it can't be 40.
Yeah, it's like, because I was like, it's more. Because 40 is really dry.
No, that was
No, it was
too
not.
high.
No, it wasn't. I was like, too low.
Yeah, no, I know your
No, I know my humidity, Michael. I'm actually a human humidifier. I'm really sweaty.
Actually, I got to say, I might be one of those too. Because anytime I sit in the car, like if I sit in the car with the engine off and I just like put my seat back to sleep, which I've done a few times. I hate doing it because I always wake up with sore everything. But I always wake up and there's steam and condensation all over the inside of my car. So I think I am actually a humidifier.
You get a bit steamy in the car and the car park.
Yeah, alone. Yeah.
All right. Try and guess what time sunset was. There's a clue. It's already gone.
Yeah, so I would say it's winter. Well, not winter yet, is it? It's
Autumn.
Autumn.
Fall.
Early autumn. Yeah, or fall. Because the leaves fall. Duh.
Not because they go in autumn colour.
Well, autumn means nothing. I think it just means brown.
It actually means our time. It does. Our time. It's like goodbye means that came from God be with you. And they just kept saying it faster and faster. So it's like, what's up? What's up? Hey, what's up? Sup? So now for the Gen Zs out there.
Ugh.
Gen Zs. Sorry, I'm just moving around. I didn't get myself in a good position.
So
Right, there we go. What time do you think sunset was?
All right. It is
It's 5:56.
5:56. I would say 5:32.
Ooh, 2 minutes off 5:30.
What?
Yeah.
That's too. No, that's too even to be the real weather.
No, I'm going to click it right now.
You know they have fake news. That's Tom with the fake weather.
Fake weather news. Yeah, 5:30 sunset. It says right here.
Oh.
Did you see that?
Now this time, hold it up closer to my eyes and don't wave from side to side.
Okay, I'll put that over there. Okay. See, sunset 5:30.
It says 17:30.
Yeah, well, what time is that? It's 17:56 now. You dickhead. So
right.
that's the weather.
Okay.
Podcast over. I hope you had a good time. We don't have time for In Business Yourself this week. We're on a tight ship. And yeah, we're done.
No, this is now a 5-minute podcast.
It's like 3 because we started at 5 minutes and you got to cut out the...
Yeah, we cut out a bunch of pre-podcast patter.
Preamble.
Mm-hmm.
The preface. The thing that the author writes in the start of a book to be like, this is the book's about this. It's about the weather.
Why does rain make people sleepy?
It's the noise. Have you ever gone to rainsong.net?
Yeah, well, I've been to something like it, yeah.
Yeah, it plays rain noise. And you can get a really good combination if you play like smooth, like saxophone jazz and then the rain music and it sounds like a noir film.
Yeah. Even better if you can get the fireplace sound.
Oh, you'd combine them together. A fireplace in the rain.
Did you know the saxophone guy had like 10 near-death experiences?
The saxophone guy.
Adolf Sax?
No, his name is not Adolf Sax.
Look it up. It was before that one dude ruined the name Adolf.
No, his name's not Adolf Sax.
It is 100%
S-A-X?
Adolf Sax. Adolf Sachs.
It's actually Adolphe Sax.
Same thing. That's just a different spelling. But yeah,
And
he nearly died like 10
his
times.
name wasn't Adolf, it was Antoine Joseph Sax. So that's right there, Wikipedia, source of all knowledge. We know this.
Oh.
Antoine Joseph, open quote, Adolphe, close quote, Sax.
That's like if I was like Michael William, open quotes, Mugabe, close quotes, Gunning.
I mean...
oh yeah, my friends just call me Mug.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, it's... You can't have a nickname that doesn't start with the same letter as your first or last name. For example, my nickname, Jared Huge Dick Hunter. People call me that all the time. You've just maybe never heard it, but
I don't think I've heard it.
I didn't choose his name. If I had a choice,
isn't that a little bit like non-HR friendly? If people call you, they're like, "Hey, huge dick."
My dad.
Do you feel body shamed as well?
Yeah, well,
because on the one hand, they might be mocking you for your huge dick, and that's wrong. But they might also be fetishizing you for your huge dick, and that's also wrong.
Yeah.
So really, they can't actually. No one can actually not body shame anyone. And
so funny story.
The default human state.
Funny story about HR and huge dicks and calling people that. My dad. No, I'm kidding. No. So yes, the story about my dad. But when I was a kid, you know how like the school holidays, you had to like, if like there was no one to watch you at home and you were like 11 or 12 or something, and they were like, actually no, I was thinking how about like 12. They were like, you got to come to work with me because you can't be trusted at home. You'll set the house on fire. Which, I mean,
we did try that a couple of times.
We set fire. We did play with fire.
We set fire to parts of the house.
Yeah, which was like, whatever, it's mad. But no, they go...
No, you didn't grow up if you didn't burn things.
Well, I mean...
as a man, at least. Like, girls are told that burning thing... I think girls... Maybe this is like ingrained sexism in our society where girls are told not to set fire to things.
Boys, people in general are told not to set fire to things.
Yeah, but boys, they're like, but that's boys.
Yeah, but boys have a general, like, nonchalantness to the rules. It's like, whatever, okay, play with fire, whatever, it can't be even that bad. They probably just want to stop me if they're playing with it because it's fun. Back to the story.
Oh, yeah.
So my dad
took you to work.
Yeah, it took me to work because I couldn't stay at home for whatever reason. And literally, he goes, Jared, this is Fatso. And I'm like, the dude wasn't even that fat. He was like not even, he was like a little bit pudgy at best.
But that's like, isn't there a rugby league guy who's called Fatty, but he's not actually fat?
Fatty Vorton.
Fatty Vorton, yeah.
He was rather large in his heyday. I think he's still rather large now.
But like, I don't think he was the fattest one on that crew.
Oh, he's probably not. He's probably not a George Rose, but
it was the big man. Do you remember the big man?
No, the guy that plays for Manly. That's just he eats his pasta. You can tell.
Yeah, he eats a lot of pasta. He has a mustache.
George Rose.
Is that George Rose?
I'm pretty sure his name's George Rose, but he's like the super sub.
I only know his nickname, Big Man.
Yeah. But, yeah, no, my dad had a guy named Fatso. Second story from that, me and Michael...
Daryl Broman.
Look up George Rose. I'm pretty sure he's a big old fatty. This is a great weather podcast. But, yeah, no, like, so me and Michael, when we were younger, we had this box, and we filled it with, like, dry grass clippings. And, like...
Oh, Lord, he's coming.
Oh, Lord, he coming. It's continuity error.
Look, he's a truck.
Oh, yeah. No. Oh, he plays for St. George. I thought he was Manly. But no, yeah, he's I'm pretty sure from memory he's like their super sub, where they're like,
oh, so there's 15 minutes left.
Yeah, going at half time and just like knock some dudes over that are already tired.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we fill the box with just grass clippings, and we set it on fire, and we're like, wow, that's a fire. I was like, should we get the hose? And I was like, we'll get the hose when it gets out of control. And then literally like a second later, like the roof of the box collapsed and it got out of control. And I'm like, Okay, get the hose.
Yeah. And it was actually kind of hard to put out.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. It was pretty fun though,
Oh yeah.
because it was like we did that thing. Okay, I'm not gonna actually redacted. A thing we did the other day, like very recently, where we're setting things on fire, and it was
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
super anticlimactic, but it could have
Yeah.
also been super dangerous. But we did it.
Oh yeah, like it could have at least resulted in one stitch.
Or like a slight burn. We could have lost a lot of hair.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, but you burn hair, that's fine. You know, because you can just shave.
You just
Shave the
shave
rest of it to match
shave
it.
the other arm or shave the other side of your head.
Now, unless you damage it so permanently that no hair can grow in that spot, then you have to work something out. I would, if that happened to me, I would just go Jason Statham.
I mean, I would just if I like burned all my hair off on my head, I'd just get a tattoo to look like that I've got just like a buzz cut.
A tattoo on the burned skin.
Yeah, once it's healed, obviously I'm not going to tattoo my skin.
Yeah,
That's
but it's still more sensitive once it's healed.
yeah, but it's fine. I'll just be like, here's a hammer, knock me out first.
Because I know some people who've got healed burns for personalities. They're very sensitive
So what?
because their personality got burned. I don't know what I'm getting at.
Yeah, what?
I'm guessing I'm trying to say that they got roasted and now they're sensitive
Oh,
because they get roasted a lot, and it's like it's like their skin's healing from burns.
long-winded joke from Michael. Dun-dun-dun.
See, that's why we should get a soundboard.
Oh, we do. I mean, how hard can it be? You just plug in like an aux cord and you just like an iPad.
Well, what you should do is get like a stock sound effect of a ticking clock. Anytime I do that,
Anytime the joke or like the thing you're explaining is going on longer than it's like,
or when I'm explaining something and then I like, now let me explain the thing that underlies the thing. You have to understand this to understand the other thing.
or there could be like the thing where it's like, I'm like, okay, first story. And then while I'm telling that story, I'm like, okay, there's another story, but I'll finish the first story and I'll come back to the second story. And then it's like, and then in the middle of the first, like coming up to the end of the first story, I'm like, oh, actually, there's another thing. Let me tell the second one, and then I forget about the third one because my mind is a sieve at this point.
Yeah. Well, what about So you said your dad had a guy who worked with him called Fatso.
Yeah, that's the extent of that story goes.
What's a worse name, Fatso or Fatty?
Fatty. So I have a ranking of like nicknames that involve the word fat.
Mm-hmm.
So there's fatty, is if you like, yeah, it's not like how fat you are, but it's like on a scale of severity.
Right.
So if you're fatty, it's like whatever. It's not condescending, nor is it like lol fatty. You disgust me. Like it's not like bad. It's like that, and then there's like fatso, which is still a bit of a lol, just a bit joking around. But then there's a bit of like a
little acid to it.
Yeah, there's a little acid to it, and then there's like fatty boomba, which is like woof.
Yeah, that's
How dare you? And then there's one word which is fatty boombalada.
Oh, because it means fat and Mexican.
Really?
Well, it just sounds bumbalada sounds like empanada.
Well, I mean, yes, but I don't think it's Mexican. Speaking of Mexicans,
Spanish.
Sorry, yeah.
Empanadas are Spanish.
So it's Spanish. Not all Spanish are Mexican.
Except I had Filipino empanadas once. My boss brought some to work. They've got raisins in them.
Is an empanada like a savory thing?
It's like a savory beef dumpling, and it had raisins in it. It was really good.
Oh, I'm not a fan of raisins or sultanas.
So, well, I think they're the same thing, aren't they?
Oh, are they? Okay.
Yeah. So wait, do you have hot cross buns?
Yeah, I'm not I'm not a fan of them. I'll eat them if they're given to me and buttered and toasted and stuff.
Well, obviously they're buttered and toasted. We're not criminals.
Is that an Australian only thing? Does anyone
Hot
else?
cross buns?
Yeah.
In Britain, anywhere in the Commonwealth basically has them. I don't think America has them. I think America's just got the chocolate eggs.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense. I don't know. It depends on like. So the thing that
Oh, it might be German actually.
the things that so there's like a if it was invented before people got to whatever country. So I don't know when people got to America, but like if it was invented before 1770, then if England had it, we had it.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's
like
like
common law.
what?
Common law.
Yeah.
Just the law. Our law is just British law.
Yeah.
Like we just took all their like legal precedents and stuff. We just took it, and then
Oh, I
that's
don't
our
know.
law now.
I'm talking about like it's hot cross buns. England has them, and we have them. So obviously they were made around before. I'm assuming America doesn't have them before,
Oh, that's what I was looking
in
at.
between when people got to America and then when people got here. Oh, sorry, the English got to America and the English got here. You know,
Yeah,
yeah, you know,
I
yeah,
know what you're talking about. The thing is, the English that went to America weren't like they were weird English people. They were like Puritans and stuff
yeah. Mm-hmm.
because they had like the boot buckles on their hats and like they were perverts.
Pilgrims.
The Pilgrims, yeah. I don't know why they're called Pilgrims.
They made a pilgrimage to the Holy Land, America, where there was an ancient Jewish civilization, which they've never found any trace of.
A what?
There was an ancient Jewish civilization in America before the Indians got there, and they never
Oh,
found a
that the
single
Mormons
trace.
were talking about. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, in the Book of Mormon.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, look.
Yeah.
Uh,
It could have been there, and then just they could have all just had made houses of like sticks, and the sticks blown away, and they just look like sticks.
yeah, like what you say makes sense, but I don't understand why we need to go and tell people this at their front doors.
Because wouldn't it be mad if you just had like an ancient Jewish civilization hanging out in America?
That would be kind of cool. What happens if they're like digging in the middle of Utah in an excavation site? They just find a dreidel.
Like,
Everyone would lose their minds.
I mean,
I don't think dreidels were like a
yeah,
Hebrew thing, but
isn't that
I think that's like a European Jew thing. I think
yeah? You can Google has you know how Google if you type in like
because it's actually pronounced dreidel. Oh, I can't do it. I can't do the Jewish accent, the New York Jew accent very well.
yeah. So you know how like if you type into Google,
Income inequality. If you start out as Bernie Sanders, you can. It's because he's just basically the stereotypical
yeah.
Larry David, like
Oh right.
New York Jew voice.
What are you gonna do with your life?
Yeah, because he's from Brooklyn, I think, or Queens.
Is he? I don't know. I don't know American geography. I don't even know Australia. I barely know Australian geography.
So all you need to know about Australia is there's three real big cities on the right hand side of it, and then there's the rest of it. And like all the politics and everything that happens, like mostly everyone only cares about the three on the side, and then everyone else is kind of like when there's a very close election coming, suddenly they start selling they'll say, we need more South Australian submarines. We allegedly we used to build submarines in South Australia, but I think we just get the parts from other countries and then assemble them in South Australia.
Oh, so it's like IKEA for submarines.
How cool would that be?
You just got like this massive like instruction manual.
I think IKEA should do that for cars. Actually, I think that's already a thing. Kit cars.
Well, there is, but see, okay, this is something I find weird about cars, right? You can't. Okay, like I'm just going to relate this to building a computer because that's the only thing I know. You can go. I want this manufacturer's graphics card. I want this manufacturer's motherboard. I want this manufacturer's case, power supply. You can get them from all different spots, and they all just work together, right? you can't just go to like a car shop and be like, all right, cool. Can I grab I want to get a BMW chassis. I want a Land Rover engine. I want a uh, Nissan tires. I want you like you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like you can do it, but it's so expensive.
Yeah, there's no point. You might as well just buy a
Like
car.
there was a guy in Western Australia. He took the engine out of a World War II Spitfire,
Yeah.
which is incidentally a Rolls Royce engine.
Oh,
So,
really?
Like it actually like it
Work the same.
theoretically could work in a car. It's like a V12, and he put it in Chevy Bel Air, which is that like real nice curvy looking car that they had in the 50s.
Yeah, 57 Bel Air is a classic car. Yeah.
Yeah. So but he couldn't fit it in the engine because it was in the what do we call it here? The front of the car.
The engine bay.
Yeah, he couldn't fit it. He basically had to make the front part of the car longer,
so that he could just
like a meter longer, to fit this engine in there, and then all the other stuff that would normally go in the under the bonnet or the hood.
Under the hood. Pop the
That
hood
was
for
like
me.
in the back.
Yeah, no, I get that.
But the thing is, it wouldn't have been like, it would have been a really fast car probably, but it wouldn't have been like.
Yeah, well, see,
it wouldn't have been abnormally fast. You wouldn't look at it and be like, and think it could go in, I don't know, an F1 race or something.
See, I used to watch a lot of Monster Garage, it's actually pretty sick. And so what they did once was they took an engine from like a semi trailer B double truck, right?
Yeah.
And they like, sorry, I'm getting tangled in my leads. They put it. They just prefabricated like a motor tricycle, and put that engine on it. Now that engine's used to hauling like tons, thousands of tons.
Yeah.
Not thousands of tons, lots of tons, tens of
Possibly
tons.
100.
Yeah, and they put it on this tiny frame, and they're like, "Wow, that's fast." And I'm like, "Duh, you've taken it from like, I don't know, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 kilos down to like 200."
I want to say though, you did just do your too high duh, and it was different from what you did earlier. So I apologize.
That's what I thought. It's the same. Speaking.
What do you reckon
of
about tornadoes?
tornadoes?
Do you believe in them?
What do you mean believe in them?
Like, do you believe they exist?
They're incredibly well documented natural phenomenon.
Yeah, like that documentary Twister. Did you ever see Twister?
Yeah, I've seen the Twister with a cow. I was like, Murr. That's the only bit that anyone remembers from Twister. Except the bit where they're like, it's the perfect storm.
No, but I love that that actor that's in it, and any movies that actor is in. Is it Tommy Lee Jones?
I don't know, probably. Wait, Tommy Lee Jones, the guy from Motley Crue?
No, that's Tommy Lee.
Oh.
I thought he was the same guy for the longest time, and I was like, how? And I kept looking at Tommy Lee Jones. I'm like, how is he married to Pamela Anderson?
I mean,
he's very talented, but
it's James L. Jones.
Now I would be very surprised if he was married to Pamela Anderson. Except he knows how to choke.
Oh, it's a Darth Vader thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
okay.
actually, no, he doesn't, because it was David Prowse that did all the choking.
Yeah.
And he actually thought his voice made it into the movie.
What, David Prowse?
Yeah.
Wow.
Have you ever seen the original lines?
No.
Like undubbed without. Oh, hold on.
Is it just ridiculous? I don't know why. I don't know why I haven't seen this. I'm a massive Star Wars fan. How about that Star Wars 9 trailer? Have you seen it? I liked it.
Yeah. I mean, look, I didn't cry while I was watching it, like I've seen some people.
Really?
There's a reaction video on YouTube of this dude who's watching it, and then it's got the shot of the empty desert. He sees the empty desert and he starts crying. I think that's like very early in the trailer.
Yeah, it's like the first bit.
And then he hears Palpatine laughing at the end. Spoiler. And he goes,
well, I don't know. I think they royally screwed Star Wars. Hold on.
Was another challenge.
And action.
Lucas had never intended to use the on-set vocal performance of David Prowse.
Start tearing this ship apart piece by piece until you find those tapes. Find the passengers of this vessel. I want them alive.
I can still hear David Prowse's accent in the Darth Vader mask muffled because he would do the real dialogue. He trying to curse Carrie Fisher or something.
I know what you're talking about. I'm a member of the Imperial Senate on the diplomatic...
You are part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take her away.
It was hilarious and terrifying at the same time because we didn't know what Darth
It sounds like it's like a stage actor.
Yeah.
You know how there's the difference between
He wasn't even an actor. He was just a bodybuilder.
Yeah, of course he was.
He's
Yeah,
the only
that's
guy
right,
they
he
could
was.
find that had the right build for the suit they
The
had
suit.
in mind.
Yeah. I mean, Darth Vader's a good bad guy. Like a
Oh,
like a well done bad guy. I'm talking about. Like he's still scary today. Like you see a lot of things which is like, oh wow, it's scary. I don't know.
oh, like Rogue One.
Yeah, that's actually pretty sick. But like a lot of bad, like a lot of, I don't know. I guess this is just we're getting more and more desensitized to things, where it's like you'll see something and be like, huh, lame. That was 30 years ago.
Mm.
The only other one I can think of that's actually scary that's stood the test of time is Alien.
Yeah, because you didn't understand it. Stand her. I think it was a female alien.
Xenomorph, yeah.
Yeah. But Xenomorph, that's not actually. Apparently, that doesn't appear in the film. Like the official name in the film is just Alien. The Alien, but
Yeah, they brought it back. Like I think it was Alien vs Predator.
Oh.
They needed to.
actually Predator's another one that stands the test. Just Predator 1 though.
That's the only one I've seen.
Yeah, well, it's the only one that really should exist. And
Yeah,
I think I've talked about this before, but they should cut the first shot out of that movie.
what's the first shot?
So the first shot is like a shot of Earth and then a meteor hits
Yeah,
and it hits South America where the rest of the movie's set.
yeah.
If you cut that out, nobody realizes it's an alien film until
Actually, yeah.
halfway through.
Yeah, I get that.
And then it's just a mystery about all right, what's killing these guys in the jungle.
Oh, okay, that'd be bad.
Yeah, and then like in fact, really, you could just open up the movie with the bicep shot and have that hold on that for about 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, the one between Arnie and not Jeff Bridges. I don't know. His
Carl
name.
Weathers,
Carl Weathers. That's it. Yeah.
aka he was in he was Apollo Creed as well in Rocky.
Oh yeah, obviously Rocky. I was trying to picture him.
No, he was Apollo Creed in Lord of the Rings.
I don't know an Apollo Creed line. I was going to mix it in with something with Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I only remember I must break you.
I will break him. They fight on Christmas for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. People like that one. Sorry, do
Rocky
people?
4?
Yeah, do people like that one?
I like the spectacle of it.
Yeah.
It's like how I like The Room.
Yeah.
Except, like I like it, but I don't.
I mean, The Room, I guess you make your own enjoyment.
Rocky is the best one by far. Rocky 2's all right. Rocky 3's there. Rocky 4 is so bad it's good. Then Rocky 5 is just bad.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
then it goes back up again. I think there's the one with Michael B. Jordan in it.
Creed.
That's really good, apparently.
Really, Creed's good.
The ones I've heard,
Oh, I've never seen
Yeah.
Creed.
or at least it's better than the cash grab Rocky movies.
Oh, Rocky 5,000.
Now that's
That's another great movie, Spaceballs. You know what?
wouldn't be
Cross
made
out
today.
weather. This is movies too. No, I'm kidding. We did that like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I'm just looking up. What was it? Creed. It got 95% of Rotten Tomatoes. And now to unskew it, it got 7.6 on IMDb.
Out of 10 though, right?
Out of 7.7. No, it's 10. Duh.
Well, because if it was 7.6%, I'd be like,
Oh.
The interesting one though is when there's a lot of films, especially now, like almost all the time.
Hmm.
If you look at a film that's like critically acclaimed,
Hmm.
often it will be. You look at the audience reactions and it's really low,
Hmm.
or just mediocre. But it's because critics. What you need to realize is critics are not actual humans. They're sort of like. Did you ever see They Live?
No.
Okay, that screws that metaphor up. If you saw They Live, I could have given you a really good metaphor just then.
Well, so Rotten Tomatoes, the whole thing about it is it's skewed one way or the other because so the most recent movie I saw was Pet Sematary, which really good. I enjoyed it. I hadn't read the book. I knew sort of what happened and I could guess sort of what happened.
Yeah.
But it got a 58 on Rotten Tomatoes, and I didn't think it was that bad. Like,
What did the audience score say?
oh, no, I gotta click. This is just through Google.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
'Cause I reckon the audience score would have been better.
no, it's not. It's 41.
Oh.
Because okay, so yes, there are
Well,
jump
there goes
scares.
that whole thing I said. Jeez.
Well,
Stop running my mouth.
well, it's well. I mean, you could match it back to like, I'm going to relate this back to Star Wars. Last Jedi, critically acclaimed. A lot of critics loved it, but
It was like 90 something.
yeah, it was like 90 something. Whereas the audience was like, no, this is terrible.
Mm.
It's not like I can't. I understand through like guy that did 7 and now doing 9, Abrams.
Yeah.
I can understand why Abrams may want to, because Abrams didn't want to do it because he wanted to do Star Trek, all right? And
Which it should be illegal for the same guy to do both.
well, Sean Pegg's in both of them.
Oh, Simon Pegg. Yeah.
Oh, Simon Pegg, yeah, sorry, Shaun of the Dead, yeah,
No, that.
yeah, he's in both of them. So it's like, I don't know. I didn't watch Star Trek, but no, like what they like. Why would Disney? I don't understand. In what board meeting would have been like, we're doing new Star Wars movies, new director every time, so that we have one story every movie, which is meant to be a trilogy, which is meant to then be one story, but it's not.
Well, that's how they did it in the first place.
I know, but
Although it was
It was a
always
bit-
written mostly by George Lucas, or
Yeah,
at
he
least the
had the-
story was by George Lucas.
yeah, because he had like the whole like whole thing planned out, and then it was done by. But it's like you can't. You see what I'm saying? Like I think it's a really dumb decision. They should have just gotten Abrams to do all of it.
I hated that. I just hate that they got a guy who was like, I want to make one that doesn't feel like a Star Wars movie. And I'm like, well,
Well,
that you don't go to a Star Wars movie because you want something unexpected and different. You want basically the same thing, but maybe a slightly different story, but it should feel the same and it should have some cool action scenes, which
cool sci-fi action. Yeah, 100%.
this one kind of did. Like there was it had good moments at least. Like
Name 1.
they crashed the ship through the other ship.
Name 2.
Hologram Mark Hamill gets like shot at, and then they blow him up, but then he's still there.
Name another 1. No, actually, all right. That was a bit, I guess. I don't know.
Actually, the Space Monaco, when they went to Space Monaco and they had the chase on the
I totally forgot about that, and I'm really annoyed you reminded me of
the
that.
Space Monaco horses.
That's so stupid.
Oh, it was so heavy-handed. It was like, rich people are bad.
Yeah. I don't know. I wanted to like it, but it was just all over the place. It was like here.
Yeah.
And I understand, yes, they probably think we have a short attention span, and yes, I do. But
we don't.
Well, I do. Except for things like Factorio, which I can play like hours on end.
So you don't. You just need something that grabs your attention in particular.
I never thought about it that way. Have you ever thought about no, I'm kidding. Have you ever sorry, I forgot what I was gonna say.
No,
I'm
I get
kidding.
shitty when people do this whole people have short attention spans thing. Meanwhile, people also binge an entire season of whatever show in one night, or they'll listen to a 4-hour podcast where someone's talking about philosophy and meditation and shit. Like, we don't have short attention spans. It's just that the people making content make shit content.
Long-winded joke by Michael. I'm kidding. That makes actually a lot of
the
sense.
people who make mainstream content.
Yeah, well, that makes a lot of sense because it's like with Factorio, I think there's a bit of an addiction to it. Like Factorio, like when I start playing, I can feel like just this like grasp on me, just like tighten, and I'm like, I could go to bed. I don't want to. Oh, it's 1 a.m. I should go to bed. I've got work in the morning. Oh, you know what? I can push it through till 2. Oh, I can push it through till 3.
Yeah, and then you're like, well, if I go to bed now, I'll be even more tired when I wake up. Let's go to 5.
Why don't I just go all the way through the night? But like, you know what I mean? It's like, I do love Factorio. Oh, it's so good.
I haven't played it yet.
You should. It's actually fairly cheap. It's like $20-$30 or something.
I played some similar-ish games.
Mm.
I bought a bundle that had games like Factorio in it, but not Factorio.
Yeah, I think.
But because they were made by the same publisher, I think.
Like factory games.
Zachtronics, it was.
Oh.
Zachtronics?
Like factory games are.
I don't know. The company's called Zachtronics.
Yeah, the one difference I found weird, because I've got a couple of factory games where it's like, it's like you don't have to manage in a lot of them input and output. You can just, your input just has to be higher than your processing, if that makes sense. So if you can process one of these and every 2 seconds, so you just need more than one every 2 seconds. Whereas Factorio, you need to like line them up. So it's like, I've got 10,000 of this coming in, so I need to be every 30 seconds. So I need to be able to process 10,000 of this every 30 seconds to get like a smooth factory going. If that makes sense.
Interesting thing about factories is they contribute to carbon emissions, which
controls the weather.
The climate, you idiot.
What's the difference between climate and weather? Oh, climate, I guess, is...
Climate is what it's usually like.
It should be.
The weather is what it's actually like.
Oh. So what should it be like?
Well, look, this is Australia, so it's really confusing exactly what it's supposed to be like. But it's basically meant to be generally above 10, probably above 20 if it's in the summer or early autumn as it is now.
Or fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know they don't actually they don't call it winter over there. They just call it cold time.
They call it cold fall, and summer is warm fall, and then spring is
flower fall.
Is unfall.
And the spring they call grow. Well, actually, spring is basically that.
Yeah,
spring. It's just because things spring out of the ground.
Or trees.
Wouldn't it be weird if there was like a 5th season? What would that even be?
Small.
Like there was 4 seasons, and then the 5th season was just like frogs fall out of the sky for a month.
Well, see, that's the thing. It's like, I guess one of those philosophical questions where it's like, create a color. We can't because we can only see 7, and it's like, oh, blurple, blue and purple. No, shut up. It's not a color. Create a brand new color. It's like, you can't create a brand new season. Where would you put it? What would it be? And it's like, you can't, because there's 4 distinguishable features about. So like, summer's hot, winter's cold, fall, autumn things fall, and then spring things unfall.
It's only different in the tropics where they just have wet and dry.
Yeah, wet and dry seasons, but that's because they're in the right spot and it's still, yeah.
And apparently wet is the hot one. That confused me.
I lived in Singapore.
Yeah, they're both hot, but
they're both hot.
But like wet is the hotter one, or at least it's the worst one because
it's the worst one because it's humid,
wet and hot.
Because in the wet season it's humid and dry. No, in the dry season it's dry, not humid.
What do you reckon 100% humidity is?
It's actually raining.
Not quite. It's something. So the way they calculate the humidity is they have a thermometer which they wrap a sponge around the bottom, and once that sponge has gotten full of water, that's 100% humidity. Well, it's actually a rag.
Oh, it's a
It's
rag on a stick. So how does that work? What if like? Okay, it's
basically the air can't absorb any more water than it has.
I see what you're getting at. It's not
Yeah.
just like underwater.
Yeah,
100% humidity. Everything just is on. It's a flood. Yeah.
that's 101% if it's underwater. Because the water can't absorb any more water either.
That's silly. I don't know. I mean, we're fairly humid here. I mean, not as much as
Yeah.
Queensland.
But I wonder how much of it's just to do with the fact that we've got smog and stuff keeping a lot of the moisture in. Probably
Do we have smog?
we got smog.
Really?
Yeah, like if you see the sunrise through the city,
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
it's like it's not the right color.
Yeah, it's when I used to like drive over to Marrickville when I was working there. And
Yeah.
I'd like, and starting at like 7 a.m., I needed to leave like an hour early. So I was leaving at like 6. And like a bit before 6, before the sun came up.
Yeah, that's the worst. Well, like
I mean, it
it's
wasn't
like those
bad.
guys that are working on that tunnel.
Which tunnel? We have a lot of tunnels.
Well, that tunnel they're building, like just down the road from me.
Oh, yeah.
So they're doing like dark to dark shifts basically, and most of what they're doing is just building the same thing over and over again
Underground.
for the entire length of the tunnel.
Yeah.
So they get up when it's dark, they go to work, they go underground for the entire day, and then they come out and it's dark again
It's nuts.
because they're working insane hours to get the job. Because
On time.
curiously enough, they screwed around with the awarding the contract and blah blah blah,
Wow, the government
and the
taking
builders
forever
aren't
to
on
do something?
time.
That wasn't a shot. I work for the government. Please don't fire me. Or you can. Look, I'm
Oh,
not.
they can't. Well, I mean, I don't think the government really fires anyone that works for them.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people that it's like, how do you still work here?
My uncle works for the public service,
Yeah.
and I said, "Do you still work in Canberra? Do you still work in Canberra?" To him, and then he says, "No, but I am employed by the Commonwealth government in Canberra."
Yeah, it's like not mentioning names, but like I've seen people, honestly, like my job is mostly just data entry and then just giving out whatever. I've literally seen the hunt and peck method with the keyboard. I've literally seen people like, I don't know if you can hear that on the
That is
microphone.
so slow. And I
It's
can hear
like
that, yeah.
100%, and they're just like they're pressing the buttons like that, and I'm like, here I am, a trainee, $10 an hour, working twice as fast as you, getting paid like a third of what you get paid.
I don't even understand how you do. I don't understand how you would be that long in data entry, basically, and hunt and peck.
The dude,
Like you haven't
okay,
even sort of figured out touch typing
so for
on
like
your own.
just for reference, for the dude I'm specifically talking about, he was there for like 50 years, and he quit like a couple of years ago.
They had typewriters 50 years ago.
Yeah, no. Okay, I'm not done yet, Michael. Really rude interrupting me. Jeez. No, but he didn't have like full blown strokes, but he was having like
Oh, well,
minor strokes. Yeah, look, I
Well-
think you'd think that would be the first sign to be like, hey, maybe I should hang up the keyboard. But no, he was just like, no, I want to stay.
now I feel like kind of an asshole.
Yeah, that's right. Minor strokes. No, but like honestly, he
Well,
should.
I mean, that can mess you up. Like, that's not.
No, he should have. He
Minor strokes are not a minor joke.
Why would you make that joke about him?
That's not a joke.
It's a joke.
No, I'm.
I laughed.
Yeah, then you're the asshole.
No, you're the one that made the joke. It's like, I'm not a dick. I just said the words.
I specifically
then
said
people-
strokes are not a joke.
Yeah, and
And that
you
happens
rhymed.
to. Oh, what should I say? What should I said said a joke, Jared?
Do not take strokes in jest.
Okay.
Do not be
You know what?
jocular about strokes.
You know what? Okay, let's just agree to disagree. Different strokes for different folks.
See, that's
You
like,
know about that, right?
yeah, I do. But no, it's like you can't be like, I just made the joke. It's not offensive. It's like I just stirred up all these white nationalists. They're the racist. I'm not. I just said a bunch of things that could have been taken out of context or used completely in context and stirred up a whole bunch of white nationalists. And they're the racist, not me.
But if you said the thing and you actually think it,
No,
Then
no,
you
no,
are.
no, no. I'm not a racist though. Because I just
okay. All right, no
I
worries.
just said a bunch of stuff like, you know what? What are all these other ethnicities doing in my cities? And they're like, yeah, what are? Sorry, yeah, what are those other ethnicities doing in my city? I don't know why I put on an Alex Jones there.
Yeah, because he's not a white nationalist.
You know what?
He's a crackpot,
Oh, he is a lunatic.
but no, he's not a white nationalist.
He may be a
He-
conspiracy.
I've heard he's got a
theorist.
bit of Robert De Niro syndrome. In fact,
What? Where he says, okay, okay, okay. Or he's just really
no,
bad on talk shows.
he has the male version of jungle fever. That's a really terrible expression, by the way.
A male version of Jungle Fever. It's just
He
Jungle
likes-
Fever.
I've heard he likes black chicks.
That's just Jungle Fever.
Oh, I thought it, anyway.
I mean,
My point being,
he likes
he's
people,
many things.
but he's not
but
a
he's not
porn
that.
star.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
criticize him on one of the other things that he actually is.
he's a little bit retarded. I love how that's the one thing people have taken away from that podcast.
Yeah. Meanwhile, he was like, they're making fish human hybrids. They're growing embryos in tanks to make heart valves. Like,
I mean,
his voice is really hard for me to imitate.
I ate a big bowl of chili.
I ate a big bowl. I'm sorry, I'm a little confused. I ate a big bowl of jalapenos. And he'll burp into the microphone, but he'll try and cover his mouth.
See, I'm really into hot sauce at the moment. I want to buy myself a collection. I want to get the green thingo sauce. I don't know what it's called. Tabasco.
The green Tabasco.
Yeah. Because like,
Do you like vanilla ice cream as well?
why is it not that great?
Oh, it's not the hot one.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I
don't-
do like jalapenos, so
I don't eat tomato sauce or ketchup because I like its spiciness,
Oh, that's true.
or barbecue sauce.
Actually, I've never actually had the green ones, so I don't know the flavor of it. The brown one is my favorite, though.
Yeah, the brown one's really good. I also ended up putting too much
I
on.
bought my dad 3 liters of it for Christmas once.
Actually,
Yeah,
what do they even look like? That's like the size of like a milk bottle.
yeah, bigger than a milk bottle. Well, bigger than our milk bottle. What is?
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. What's it? No, actually, no. It was 1.5 liters.
Oh,
I was gonna buy the 3-liter one, which was like one of those giant jugs, basically.
yeah. I mean, I would use it.
Yeah, but they'd sold out of that, the 1 gallon one, or 3 liters. So I just bought the half gallon,
I need like a.
which is still huge. It was like basically like a regular Coke bottle, full of Tabasco sauce.
What I need? Okay, what I need for like Tabasco is like. I needed to come in like a cup, right? Because I got the little bottles, right?
Yeah.
So I need to come in like a resealable cup because I don't want to to get the right amount on, like if you're eating like chips or fries, for example, you gotta put the bottle in and like tap the bottle so you get like the good
A
amount.
little dab, yeah.
Yeah, like a little dab. So you can. So like you know what I mean. So like I need it to come in like a little bowl, so I can just like slightly dip the end in, and then you know what I
Have you
mean.
tried sriracha?
Yeah, I've got a bottle of sriracha. In here.
Sriracha's amazing.
Sriracha's really good.
The thing that annoys me about chili is I really like the flavor of chili. I'm not the most like heat tolerant person in terms of like my actual reaction to it. So I'll be red and like sweaty, and people will be like, "Oh, don't you like it?" And I'm like, "No, I like it, but it is also melting my
However,
insides."
I need a glass of milk.
Yeah.
Have you ever had really hot chili and then eaten a banana?
No, what does it do?
Bananas actually negate the chili. Same with coconut.
Trick I learned. No, I didn't learn. Soraya gave me this trick of lemon juice, or just like
Yeah, lemon juice.
like acid, basically.
Because
It neutralizes the.
because it's like the acidic and the basic, whatever. Yeah, but bananas do it too. So and that's why so we used to go to this Indian restaurant where they would, between like courses of meals, they would give you just a bowl of coconut coated banana, like sliced, which I would just eat, and then my parents would be like, "Oh, get us another bowl."
No, but that sounds delicious.
Oh, it's good. But there.
Coconut's the shit.
Oh, it is.
Like it's
100%
coconut is bananas.
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 Yeah. This shit is bananas. BANANAS.
I don't know that.
You know, that's like a. The hell is wrong with you? Know that song? Ain't no holy back girl.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's the song.
I didn't know that they said BANNANS.
This shit is bananas. BANANAS.
Oh.
This shit. Yeah, it's a good song. It's not. It's what was everything that was wrong with the early thousands.
About the thousands.
Yeah, it was Gwen Stefani. After No Doubt.
That was Gwen Stefani. Oh no, wait,
I think so.
No, I got it mixed up with
Pink.
Christina Aguilera.
I mean,
I was about to go like, but she's actually talented.
well, Christina Aguilera.
Yeah.
Well, so was Gwen
She
Stefani.
changed how people sing the national anthem at national anthems at football games. Sorry.
At national anthems.
Yeah, because they used to just do a fairly straight like sing the song normally thing. And then now, lately, they've been going, "Oh, say, can you sing?"
Or like Flea, where he plays it on the bass, where he's like, "Ba-dum, bam, 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 ba-dum, bam, bam." Or like Jack Black, he does it well.
Yeah.
There's some
Or,
real standouts. Or Marvin Gaye.
Well, that was
That was on our episode.
that was
Go watch
that was legendary. Whitney Houston, she did the greatest one of all time. Billy Joel did one that was pretty good. Luther Vandross did one. He did one that Colin Kaepernick wouldn't have knelt for. Let me tell you something. Like that was like
It was a funky jam.
yeah, well, sort of. They did it like 90s R&B style. It was really weird.
Oh, it was pretty sick. I mean,
And like he's just as he's got the sexiest voice in the world, basically.
Luther Vandross.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
he had it when he was alive, but he was like
Wait,
really,
is he?
he was like chubby, and like kind of
Luther
kind of
Vandross? Isn't he
kind
alive?
of funny. No, he's dead.
Oh.
He died of
AIDS related illness.
no obesity related. He was gay though, but well, secretly,
Oh.
because like that was not a time to be black and gay.
Yeah, you don't want to get the. Why don't you just be trans and get the trifecta on the?
No, not like that. It was just like you couldn't. It was like you know that DMX song "Where the Hood At."
Yeah.
That was the general attitude towards homosexuals in that section of the music industry.
So, funny story about X. So, in my guild in WoW, one of the people were like, I think it was like one of the guild leaders was like, "Hey, has anyone heard from X recently?" And I'm like, "I haven't heard from him, but I hear he's going to give it to you, straight up deliver to you."
Yeah, Luther Vandross.
Oh, okay, cool. Thanks.
That was a funny story.
It was a good-
Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you.
I'll put it up on the fridge.
I'm gonna make myself one of those print off awards we made that one time. Made a good joke. But yes, continue.
Yeah, so he had basically my point was he's the sexiest, got the sexiest voice of all time. He's the most weird, funny looking plain dude of like if you saw him, you wouldn't be like, "That's an international R&B star."
Yeah. I guess it's like current day rappers. It's like, if you don't have face tattoos, are you even serious about this?
Yeah, see, that's why you got to be scared of the one that doesn't. When someone comes along and they've got no tattoos,
Yeah.
like you'll be like, "Oh, okay, we need to watch out for this guy."
See, that's the thing. Is like nowadays, because Katie was like, "Oh, you can't get a tattoo if you're gonna work a corporate job," and I'm like on your
What the hell are you
hands.
talking about?
No, like on your hands, or like if you have it on your forearms, you got to
You
roll
just
your
have to go to a
sleeves.
cool tech company.
No. As in, like, yeah. Well, I'm not cool tech company. Cool. Let me just whip my IT degree out. I don't have. But yeah, no. Just so she was, and I'm like, yeah, but it's changed now. Tattoos aren't just for drug users and motorcycle enthusiasts,
Mm.
not gangs enthusiasts.
Yep.
Like, or people that have been to prison, or you might just want to get a tattoo of a motorcycle and Harley Davidson and
Some
stuff like
tattoos. If you get a tattoo underneath your clothes, basically, or like on your sleeves or legs, that's good. Neck tattoos,
Mm.
you're either a tradie or a killer, or both.
that. I mean,
Face tattoos, you've definitely killed someone,
if you get the tears,
or you're a clown.
or you're a SoundCloud rapper.
Oh yeah, but they probably killed. Well, maybe.
Some of them maybe, but I can.
Oh, I mean, like definitely XXX Tentacion
He's dead.
extension
Cable.
extentation. I don't know how it's said.
It's Tentation. So, okay. Speaking of saying things in a French accent, do you know what Will.i.am's name is in French?
Will je suis.
Will je suis.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a thing. I don't know. I think it's funny. So, did you look it up how you say it, or is it just extension?
Oh, I don't care. he was a shithead.
Yeah, he's dead anyway. He got killed in his Miami apartment.
Yeah, he's like a wife beater. Well, girlfriend beater, but you know,
Yeah, I mean,
same connotation.
well, you think they get away with it because they're famous. It's like I think we had this a couple of
Yeah, Michael Jackson.
podcasts ago. It's like, how famous do you need to be to like? And that level of fame doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, no one. Well, because no one. I think because people can get entertainment on their own terms now. No one
Yeah.
can draw as many people as Michael Jackson can, except for people who used to be able to draw that anyway. Because there's like,
Yeah,
no new artist is going to get that kind of fandom.
yeah, because it's like new artists just pop up all like there was a guy that just became famous this week, and it was like it's literally like a
I mean,
Western rap song.
I'm sure he's going to have some serious staying power.
No, it's literally like a joke song. I think it's a joke. I don't know if it's actually real, but it's like
Oh, like that Jimmy Barnes song. It's not by Jimmy Barnes.
yeah,
It's got Jimmy Barnes in it.
yeah, where he's like "Ah."
Yeah.
Yeah, he no, it was like a joke. It sounds like a joke song, but it blew up on Twitter or Spotify or whatever.
Well, it's like that guy that I forget his name. Big Shaq.
Oh,
The thing goes skrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrrr is actually pretty. I like that song,
Yeah, it's
even
actually,
though he's not actually a real. He's actually just a comedian.
is he?
Yeah,
I
he's
thought he was
not.
an actual
He's not a
rapper.
real rapper.
Oh,
Like he was
That would explain why
taking the
he's
piss
not
out of trap music or something.
wow.
No, he's a comedian in the same style as like Sacha Baron Cohen, where he does like different characters.
Ah, yeah. Well, okay.
Not quite the same style, but like a character comedian.
So, speaking of characters, I mean, not at all. I just want to say this. So, we're having an election soon.
Oh yeah,
And I like re-registered to vote or whatever.
it's come down to the pile of shit or
Blatant
the asshole it came from.
blatant racism or blatant corruption. What are we going for?
And the
I'll
best
let
part
you-
is you can't even tell which is which.
Yeah, I'll let you pick. Yeah. It's no, okay, cool. Sorry, I applied for a new job and I get emails through on my wrist.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like-
no, I
And so like I saw it was like recruitment team, and I'm like, no, I doubt I'm not going to get anything for the next like 2 weeks.
yeah,
But
I once went for a job. It was a government job too, and I didn't get the your application was unsuccessful email until 8 months after I'd already gotten another job. 5 months after I applied for the first one.
yeah, it's with government jobs they do that because they literally, as far as I'm aware, give a job to someone who's like, hey, there are a bunch of unsuccessful applicants. Can you just go and close those off on the system?
Yeah.
And so when they hit close on the system, it sends them the email. And so they probably won't do it for months.
Oh, that makes sense.
But so I was registering to vote, right? And it was like title, and I was like Mr., Ms., whatever. And I'm like, boring, doctor, right? And then I was like, what is your occupation? I was going to write doctor, but then I was like, no, comedian.
Did you actually put doctor?
Yeah, I put Dr. Jared Hunter, and then I put my job as
I
comedian.
think that's a legally protected title.
No, don't worry about
I think you have to have a PhD. So now you got to go do a PhD.
it. Oh, no, I'm just going to go print one off the internet. Damn it.
That's true. I'm sure there's some kind of shame university you could get it at.
Oh, you
Actually,
can-
no, you can get there's that church that in America where they ordain people online.
Yeah.
They do doctorates of divinity as well
Yeah, easy
online.
done. Wait, what's a protected title? So I can't just give myself a title. So obviously, like,
As far as I understand, you can't. Yeah, like so, you can't call yourself.
I know military ranks.
You can't call yourself the Honorable Jared Hunter, which like that would actually be kind of sick.
the Honorable Jared Hunter Esquire.
Or His Excellency Jared Hunter. you can't do that one. Mostly like honor. And I think doctor, you need to have either a PhD or a
Doctorate.
or so medical doctors get a double bachelor degree in medicine and surgery that
Oh, okay.
and
so,
they get an honorary doctorate, but it doesn't actually count as a doctorate under the qualifications framework.
oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, you got to be a level 10 boss to be a doctor.
So if you're a level 1 crook,
Yeah, if you're a level 1, that's not how
I'm sick of that
doctor
ad.
worked. It showed. I don't mind the memes
The memes
that
are
have
pretty
shown
funny.
up on it, but yeah.
But well, no, because I thought protected titles were military, government.
Let me check.
I mean, like,
So in other news, Jared may be a criminal,
um,
a process criminal. Who cares?
I'm a comedian. Well, I did have to tick a box saying that I declare all this as true and accurate. Which I was like, whatever, they won't care. They're not going to prosecute. They would spend so much money to be like, he wrote on his form wrong.
Well, and the other thing is, you could just basically put, if it does come to it,
Just be like, oops, I accidentally clicked other and then wrote doctor.
yeah, or you say like, oh, sorry, I'm a comedian. I thought it would be funny.
My job's, and I did write my job down as a comedian. I mean, but you know what is funny? People talking about the weather. We're just about done as well.
Yeah. Wait, hang on a sec. Oh,
Am I off the hook? Or am I like admitting to a crime, recorded, written down?
the title of doctor is not a protected title.
Off the hook.
Medical practitioners who are no longer registered can use the title doctor as long as they do not lead anyone to believe they are a registered medical practitioner.
And I'm not telling anyone I'm a registered practitioner.
The only protected title is medical practitioner.
Wait, what?
So if you say on your business card medical practitioner,
Ah, so I said I was a comedian. I'm a doctor of
because I
comedy.
guess there are people who are doctors of comedy, and Bill Cosby, for example.
Is he dead yet? He was on my list. I know he's not dead. That would be massive news.
Bill Cosby dead at 65.
He's not 65. He's like 80.
He's not dead.
Yeah, obviously. He didn't die 20 years ago. I should have. Now that I was thinking about it the other day, right? And I was like, I should just slip in one that Michael's never heard of that's already dead, so I already get 1 point.
But it has to be someone who died this year.
Yeah, but then I'll just be like, oh, yeah, and then you would just like look at the list and be like, oh, look, they're all dead.
So now I'm just looking to see if Val Kilmer has
Died.
has taken the highway into the afterlife zone. He has
But
not.
that would be news as well. That's a big guy.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
who
he's
you-
a big guy. Yeah,
You know who you won't hear about? James Woods. No, not James Woods. What
James Woods.
What was your guy
Sir
that was-
James Woods. No, you would hear about James Randi
who they?
because he was
no,
a famous. He's a famous atheist, and everyone's going to be like, James Randi showed me that it's okay to not believe in God. People would just like fall over themselves about how like sad they are about it. You know, like the whole cathedral burning down.
Oh yeah.
Well, it didn't even burn down; the roof fell in.
Yeah, no, it's,
I mean,
it's mostly
that's an
still
expensive fix, and they got to build the giant spire again.
there. I think the Catholic Church has a bit of Bob behind them. Just
Yeah, which is
Wow.
what. Why is everyone? So all these like millionaires are like, oh, we pledge money to rebuild Notre Dame Cathedral. I'm like, have you not heard of the Roman Catholic Church?
yeah, they have their own city, their own country.
Yeah, and the Pope is actually the king of it. Like his official title is King of Vatican City.
Doctor.
And by the way, their country only allows men to be citizens. Did you know that?
Wow, really?
Because you can only be a priest.
Oh,
Only priests can be a citizen of the Vatican.
do they get a Vatican passport?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's the best one. That's like a level 100 passport.
As opposed to my level 1 crook passport.
Yeah, your Australian passport. Yeah.
yeah. Well, the Australian passport's not that bad. Like there are like I see
Oh,
passports.
you can get in New Zealand, and New Zealand's got all the stuff that's good about a winter holiday, right? And you can get into Bali, which has all the good stuff about getting killed in a tragic
Well-
motorcycle accident while drunk.
No, because what I'm saying is like I see a lot of passports at work from specific countries, and it's like, and there's usually a list in the front of them saying not valid for travel to this. And there's like a big old list, and like we don't get that. We can go wherever the hell we want.
Yeah.
I mean,
But we can't like live there. Like an Australian passport, you can live in New Zealand.
yeah, but you can go there. You can go to places like
Yeah.
But you know where you can live with an Australian passport?
Weather.
Australia. That's the
Oh.
only place you need to live.
But you know what else?
Weather.
Everywhere you go, always take the weather with you.
Everywhere you go, always take the weather. Press the button, 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 press the button.
Now I'm not going to, just because you told me to.
You know, we inadvertently brought up Carl Weathers as well. So talk counts as talking about the weather.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
And it's spelt the same way too.
Oh, really?
It'd be funny if it was spelt like, I don't know, weather.
Whether or
Weather?
not. Whether the weather is good or not. We'll go. I don't know.
Sorry, I'm just checking the rest of my list.
Oh, you're actually checking your list.
Yeah, because I haven't. Larry King's still alive, allegedly.
I mean, he might have died a long time ago inside, but
It's Tina Turner. The clock's back. Nah.
I mean, I need to re-listen to that episode because I jumbled mine up a bit.
Yeah, it looks like 6ix9ine's not going to happen.
Yeah, no, he's clear and dry.
Because I reckon he ratted out that English dude.
There's a bunch of stuff that people reckon he ratted out. There was a bunch of like while his trial was going on, they reckon there was a bunch of rappers that got in trouble, and they reckon he ratted them all out. But I mean, like, I don't know. They might not. I don't know. I reckon
Meatloaf is somehow still alive.
you would hear about these things. You see them on the news, or if not, there'd be like a caption.
You would hear every single one of my list. If they died, it would be on the news.
Except for James Randi,
Including James Randi.
No one cares about James. Have you checked if James Randi's
No.
alive?
Okay. Regular people don't know about James Randi. The news does.
No, they don't. I'm gonna.
He's the greatest magician of all time.
No,
He's the Jimi
not.
Hendrix of
not.
magicians.
He's not the greatest magician of all time.
Every other magician is ripping off James Randi.
They're not. They're just ripping off. They're not ripping off another magician.
He's the John Lennon of magicians.
Okay, name a trick that he invented himself.
Decapitating Alice Cooper on stage.
Yeah, and sawing a lady in half.
Well, he didn't invent that one.
Yeah, but that's basically the same thing.
No, it's not. Alice Cooper's head is off and he holds the head up like in an ISIS video.
Continue.
Yeah, and then it's very detailed, and like you hear the last gurgle of air coming out of Alice Cooper's throat stump.
So he sawed a lady in half just with Alice Cooper.
No, but you can see Alice Cooper's body and you can see his head.
No, Michael.
And it's not a trick; it's an illusion.
Yeah, I know it's an illusion, but it's basically just sawing a lady in half. It's the exact same thing.
But it
is.
I can't emphasize enough that it is very much not the same.
No,
thing.
it is exactly the same. It is it's not the same where they're sawing the lady in half. There's actually two ladies and they're folded. They're just contortionists. But
imagine if you got the you matched the skin tone wrong.
Or
the legs are just black.
Or just
she's wearing stockings.
Or just like fake legs. And because just before we started, I actually watched the one where it's actually the famous one where it was on like the news or something, and like there was a magician, and it was in Eastern Europe or something, and
he actually sawed someone in half.
No. So he had paper bags like open and stood on a table, and one of them had a nail under it, and then he smacks his hand down on it. He's like bang, and then he does it, and then he gets the news anchor to do it, and she stabs her hand. Oh, sorry, it's
Where does it go through her head?
Oh no, not all the way. It probably went a bit in, but and she was like screaming, and he's like, "Oh, whoops."
Oh.
But yeah, James Randi, look, he could be dead. He could have already died. Did you look it up?
He's not dead.
I mean,
in fact, the news was reporting about his new book.
He's barely even famous. Oh yeah, what news? What news? Was that like
Washington Post?
Oh wow, okay, actually pretty big. But
yeah, they broke Watergate.
Okay, so he might not be on the news, but you know what? Okay, if he is on the news, it'll be a bit down the bottom, like the bit that scrolls past, and it'll be like James Randi dies.
Right here.
81.
Daily Telegraph. This is just a random story saying magician the amazing Randi has dedicated his life to promoting critical thinking. It's just like a.
Let me see.
Yeah, sure.
Michael, you're not showing me anything.
I was totally showing.
Michael, you just
right.
You can't just fake this.
New York Times, the unbelievable skepticism of the amazing Randi.
Okay, show us the article again. Okay,
New York Times Magazine.
Okay,
actually.
that's a picture of a pineapple, Michael. Why?
I had to check just to make sure. Yeah, but you are lying.
No, I'm not lying. You had to check it wasn't a picture of a pineapple. What do you mean? There's a picture of a pineapple. What are you talking about?
James Randi trapped by Hurricane Irma. New Yorker, 11th September 2017.
No.
Happened on 9/11.
Yeah, but September 17.
September 11, 2017.
Oh, right. Well, no. That just, yeah, Hurricane Irma. Just that's the title of the story there. I'm glad you've actually shown me an actual real title of a news piece now. He look.
How many 89-year-old escape artists?
He doesn't even use his name.
James Randi, who is 89, lives in Broward County near Fort Lauderdale.
Okay. Just, all right, let's get back to this. They don't use his name because they know an 89-year-old escape artist will get more clicks.
But how is he trapped in...
Yeah, how's he trapped if he's an escape artist?
Yeah, like... Maybe the hurricane was his trick.
Well, he's like, just, all right, now if you look at my lovely assistant here, she'll turn into a massive spiral of wind that'll destroy houses.
And the assistant's name? Irma.
No, it's not.
That's the name of his assistant from his magic group, and it's not.
It's not. I can tell you it's not. Unless she's 89 as
Well,
well.
Also, he's gay, so you might even have like a male. I don't know how it works with magicians, but he might have like a male assistant. He just like walks around in a banana hammock.
It's the like classic thing of the female assistant is a young attractive female is more likely to take everyone's eyes off what they're actually doing.
Oh, you're saying a young strapping lad in a banana hammock isn't going to take everyone's eyes off
Okay, so
off of an 89-year-old escape artist?
vague sexism time. No, I can. Okay, sure, maybe.
For the spectacle.
Yeah, no, it's not for the spectacle. It's they have a use. They wouldn't just hire someone to be like, all right, cool. I just need you here to look good. Like if like a young attractive female would take everyone's eyes, including women.
No, that's
But like
true.
a young strapping lad, he'd be like, the guys would be like, I'm gonna look at the 89-year-old.
Yeah. But what if the 89-year-old was in a Speedo as well?
I mean, then you're making yourself disappear. That was a good one.
That was pretty good.
But no, James Randi is not like, come on. He's going to be like, for example, like I said, who did I say? What's her face who keeps doing drugs and then does and then does and then doesn't? She had just had a Netflix thing. I can't even remember her name. That's how famous she is. One of the guys.
And she's going to get reported in the news.
Yes, she will because she's the
Do
big
you have a Netflix special or a Netflix?
Demi Lovato. That's it.
Oh, yeah,
Yes, she's massive.
She is not long for this world.
I mean,
Oh, yeah,
she might
is
not.
massive.
I just said it for like the sheer shock value, but she will get a news story dedicated to her. James Randi will be along the bottom, and it's like 3 kids found alive in a hospital. James Randi died at 89.
I think we've been on this topic too long.
What do you mean?
How about
James? He's like the weather.
okay? But there was a news. This is the last thing I'll say about it.
Also, we also then inadvertently went back to the weather by saying James Randi
Hurricane
was
Irma. Yeah.
89-year-old escape illusionist.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Him being alive got a random Daily Telegraph story. The Daily Telegraph.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know
it's a
what
slow
that
news
newspaper
day.
is?
It's a slow news day.
Right. Do you show up in the newspaper on a slow news day?
No, I haven't. I wasn't.
Do people say Jared Hunter is committed to engaging people with enlightenment?
No, because we're not. Okay. On a scale of 0 to Michael Jackson, he's high. He is higher than us on the fame scale.
Yeah. Because he is,
A magician that did a
But it-
performance thing.
and that makes him, say it,
More famous than us.
famous.
as I'm-
yes.
as
it
I'm-
makes him famous.
No, it doesn't. It makes him more famous than us. As I'm saying, like a 1 out of 10 is less famous than a 2 out of 10.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he's a 6
But he's
out
not.
of
He's
10
not.
at
No,
least.
he's not. He's like a 3. I love watching magic stuff, and I've never heard of James Randi.
Yeah, that's because you're into this new face tattooed magic scene.
Face tattoo. What are you?
The Masked Magician. I bet you like that Masked Magician show.
The one. What? Like
Vinny, what's his face?
what? The revealing the.
The Magician's Secrets one. Yeah.
No. I already know how they all work.
All right. Well, I bet you like
If you look
David
closely,
Copperfield, Chris Angel, Mind Freak.
I mean, Chris Angel Mind Freak was more about like the shock value, but
That's what magician is.
no, but like he did the whole thing where he's like,
Look, you ask Chris Angel who his influences are. He would say
hold on,
James
just
Randi.
give me 1 sec. Give me 1 sec. I'm just ringing Chris Angel. Beep 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 beep.
So
Hello, Chris Angel. Hey, Chris Angel, what up? It's Jared again, man. Who's your inspiration? No, not James Randi.
But he knew who James Randi was.
Yeah, but he said, yeah, but it's not about who knows who James Randi is. It's that He's really not that.
You're
famous.
gonna look really stupid when
When he dies.
It-
No,
look,
he's not going to die.
when his death is gonna be dead at 89 or 90 maybe.
Well, there's going to be like processions through wherever the street is.
It's gonna be mentioned in the news.
Yeah, along the bottom. By the way, James Randi died at 89.
Still in the news.
You know what?
Do you show up in the newspaper when you die?
As I said, no, we're a 1 out of 10 fame. He's a 2 out of 10 fame. The Rock would be a 9 out of 10 fame.
Only 9.
Well, yeah.
Anyway,
Like, Michael Jackson's a 10 because everyone knows Michael Jackson. But, like, not everyone knows The Rock. Dwayne. The Rock Johnson. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. But did you see what I'm getting at here?
I do, but you're still wrong.
No, it's... Look, okay. I did the... my estimate is that with the Celebrity Death Challenge, we're both going to go 0-0.
Yeah. No, that's a strong possibility.
Because, like, Charles was a shoo-in for a bit. Prince Charles?
Philip.
Prince Philip. I don't know. I don't care about the rules. They were shoo-in for a while.
Mm.
But now we haven't heard much from him. Actually, he could be dead now that I think about it.
Yeah. But we just generally don't hear much of him because they try to keep him out of the public eye. Because
oh, that's right. He's a fake racist.
Because what used to be like kind of charming in that kind of the funny uncle kind of way is now just they're like, no, that's too politically whatever.
Yeah.
Which is funny because he's not even actually like he's not a racist.
He
just puts his foot in his mouth.
Yeah. He's not like a get all these foreigners out of my country. He's just foreigners have jobs now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but he's trying.
Yeah.
Sort of. But he's also very old.
I mean, that was the thing back then. It was like
he would have been considered a hippie back then.
So I watched the video recently where it was like top 10 insanely racist cartoons. Then I was like, and I watched it and it was, yes, they were racist, but it's like the title should have been top 10 cartoons which were which were like products of their time.
Yeah.
But that's it. But
Yeah. I know. I bet it had that the Donald Duck Hitler one, right?
yeah, and then there was like a Bugs
I had
Bunny.
the Japanese guy.
Bugs Bunny one with the Japanese, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, where he had like the stereotypically whatever. Actually, I think it was Korean. It was Korean War.
Yeah, no. There was the one with Donald Duck and Donald Duck is Hitler.
Wow.
Oh, it was called The Führer's Face. And Donald Duck's a Nazi who makes bombs. And there's a musical number. And then the caricature of a Japanese guy shows up. And then a caricature of Mussolini shows up. It's a song and dance number. It's really weird.
See, that's the thing. Right? Okay, so you know the producers, right? The stage show, movie, whatever.
Yep.
I know it doesn't. And it's pretty famous, but it's not Cats. But like, it's.
I hate Cats.
I
But
mean,
anyway, yeah.
I've never seen Cats. I assume it's just a bunch of people walking around in costume.
Yep. It's the original furry.
I mean, I think the original furry was whoever invented werewolves.
No, but you might have just seen a bear with mange.
No, but like, I got bitten by a thing, and once a month I turn into an insatiable beast.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm with you. His persona.
Yeah. I have to keep it away locked once a month. I forgot the point I was going to make. We've gone way over. Do you want to... Any last words?
Yeah. Let's put this podcast down. Now the moment's ruined.
Yeah, but stop. Stop.